Hey guys, so today we're going to be trying some new makeup. I just recently hauled a bunch of new products. Some are just new to me, some are new to the market. We're going to be playing with the Bobbi Brown Bare Glow Illuminating Moisture Balm. This is not new, I don't believe, but I'm going to try this as primer. Laura Mercier sent over their Tinted Moisturizer Oil-Free in the shade 2N1 Nude. And I don't believe this is a new product either, just new to me, but I believe they just recently expanded their shade range, so I wanted to give it a shot. And I did also purchase the Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer, which is a cream bronzer during the Sephora VIB sale, so I wanted to try this. Definitely something that is new to the market is the Kogendo Mineral Eyeshadow Palette. So we're going to be using this for eyeshadow. So many of you actually requested me to use this in my last PR haul, like in the comments. I was a little surprised because Kogendo is not a very popular brand here in America, but many of you were really interested in it. So I'm excited, very, very excited to be using that today. Kjaer Weis has a matte, naturally liquid lipstick. So I want to try that and maybe do a few like different lip swatches because I also have the new Hourglass Velvet Story Lip Cream. I have all 6 of the shades. I think I'll probably pick out 1 or 2 and like leave the rest for a future giveaway. But I did receive something since my last haul, and that is from Chantecaille. So I will be using some of their new Flower Power collection in today's video. And this collection is just, I mean, so much fun. Look at this makeup bag they sent. So there is the Perfect Blur finishing powder that's part of this collection. I have the like old hummingbird version, so I think I'm just going to use that since I have it. It's not even nearly like panned or anything, so I'm going to continue using that one. I will just set this aside for safekeeping. But they did also come out with a blush as part of this collection, so I'll be using that. Another lip product. So yeah, maybe we'll just be doing like a whole lot of lip swatches at the end of this video. So this is their Lip Chic in the color Capucine. It is a bright orange shade, which is one of my favorite shades for spring summer. So those are some highlights of what we'll be playing around with today. So let's go ahead and get started with the Bobbi Brown Illuminating Moisture Balm in Bare Glow. I'm really excited I have this because I actually tried this once when I was at the Bobbi Brown counter and I really liked it. So here is the texture. It is fairly rich and I can see already that there is like a golden kind of like sheen to it. Very exciting. Very creamy. Ooh, and it has a very similar scent. Wow, this I did not remember. It has a very similar scent to the Vitamin Enriched face base. It has that kind of citrusy grapefruit fragrance, which is so invigorating. I love it. This is very, very rich. This is richer than the Vitamin Enriched face base. This is really nice. I have very dry, sensitive skin, so this is wonderful. Oh, and it leaves a beautiful, beautiful level of luminosity. Ooh, I really like this. All right, so far, big thumbs up for the Illuminating Moisture Balm. Okay, let's try this Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Oil-Free. So I do have experience with her original Tinted Moisturizer, which is really lovely, but I've never tried the oil-free kind. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shake it up. And this shade 2N1 Nude should work for me. There is the texture. I'm going to use my Kogendo Fupa brush. And this tinted moisturizer has an SPF 20, which is really lovely. Let me see what the active ingredients are. So the sunscreen in here is octinoxate and octisalate. So it is chemical sunscreen versus physical sunscreen. And this shade 2N1 definitely works well for me. Ooh, and it's applying beautifully over that moisture balm. And yes, if you are wondering, I do have my Macreen high performance lip filler on. I'm totally addicted to it. I have it on my lips and I've talked about this before, so I'm not gonna belabor the point, but it really gives my lips such a beautiful, pillowy appearance. All right, there's the tinted moisturizer on this half of my face. Very light coverage. It's a tinted moisturizer. It really is not surprising in any way. And it sets down nicely. It doesn't feel tacky. Lovely. All right, let me finish applying to the rest of my face. I really like light medium coverage foundation. So this is just right up my alley. All right, there it is, applied to my entire face. I really like it. The shade is a great match for me too, 2N1. Ooh, all right, so far so good. Let's go in with the Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer. Is this new? I can't I can't remember. This could actually be a new product to her. It's definitely a new product to me because I purchased this during the Sephora VIB sale. And I did get it in the shade Light. And here is what the light bronzer looks like. It may actually be too light for me. We'll see. Let's give it a shot. All right, I've got my Rephr flat top kabuki brush. Just picking up a little bit, and I'm just going to start underneath my cheekbone here. Oh yeah, that's way deep enough for me. What was I thinking? I'm just going to kind of contour with it first. And now I'm just going to lightly buff. Ooh, the texture of this bronzer is awesome. Blending out beautifully. I'm not putting really like any pressure on the brush. I'm letting like the tips of the bristles really do all the work here. Ooh, nice. All right, so that is the bronzer. No bronzer on this side. And the tone is nice. Definitely on the warmer side, but it's working. I don't feel like it looks that orange. Maybe because it's so light, it actually looks a little bit more peach versus orange. Ooh, I really like this. All right, let me finish applying it to the rest of my face here. All right, so applied it to this side. I think I'm going to kind of hit the high points of my face, make it look like a little sun-kissed here. Maybe too much on the chin. Let's see. Yeah, I'm loving this. It definitely has a matte finish to it. There's no shimmer or sheen, but because it's a cream product, you know, it doesn't look dry at all. And I really like the tone of it. It's really, really pretty. It's warm. And generally when it comes to warm bronzers, I'm like, I don't know. I think this works out really nicely. Okay, thank you, Danessa Myricks. This is beautiful. Okay, so instead of using the new Chantecaille Flower Power Perfect Blur Finishing Powder, I'm going to use the Hummingbird version, which, as I understand it, is the same thing. But I did just want to compare. And, oh my gosh, show you this packaging. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, when I first saw pictures of this packaging online, I thought it was just like a picture of flowers, but it's actually like 3D. They're like Fimo pieces. Do you guys remember Fimo? You could like bake like little pieces in the oven. It was so cool. Anyway, loved that when I was a kid. Anyway, when they first came out with this Perfect Blur Finishing Powder, this was the only shade that was available. And I know they've come out with 2 shades now. So a light medium and then a deeper shade. So they sent me the light medium, obviously. And I just want to see, yeah, it's the same as the Hummingbird. So the deeper shade is going to be deeper than the Hummingbird, if you are curious. So I'm going to put this away for safekeeping. I just love this so much. And just use my Hummingbird version. And they did also send over a little brush. This is their mini buff and blur brush. And I have like a larger, like the regular size one. It's this one. This is the buff and blur brush. So this is the mini one that they just sent over. I really like this brush. It's synthetic haired. It is, I think, the synthetic haired version to the Sonia G Face One brush that's like the closest. I still prefer the Sonia G, but if you want synthetic hair, this is like the closest you're gonna get. All right, so I'm gonna use the mini one that they sent over, and I'm going to just swirl it into this powder. Now this powder is a baked gelée formula, so it is a little bit difficult to pick up. You definitely need like a dense brush like this, and you really wanna work it in. And so pick up enough product there. And what I personally like to do is just start by stamping the product where I want to apply it. And because this does such an amazing job blurring, that's like this area right here for me. I just want all of that blurred. Any sort of like large pore, anything I have going on here, I just want that blurred out. So I just press the powder in. And you can see immediately, do you see that? It looks like completely softened up. It's so, so cool. And if I want to use it just to kind of mattify some areas, I pretty much just do the same thing. So like center of my forehead, I'll just pat it in, nose area, chin, and that's it. That's how I like to use this powder. I really like pouncing it in. I don't really like to swipe with it on. You can like buff with brushes like this. You can like buff that powder on, but I kind of leave that step for finishing powders. With this powder, I really just like to kind of press it in. Oh, let's move to the Chantecaille blush. So this is their Flower Power Cheek Shade. And I wonder if there's an actual shade name for this. No, that's it. Flower Power Cheek Shade. So again, we basically have a mini version of the powder in terms of packaging. And here is the shade. Oh, it's so pretty. It is a gorgeous pinky peaked shade. Let me get a deep enough swatch for you. It feels like a cream product when you finger swatch it, but it is a powder product and it has the most incredible sheen to it. Do you see that? Almost like built-in highlighter there. I've got my Chantecaille cheek brush and I'm gonna start on the apples of my cheeks and work that in. Ooh, ooh, that's so pretty. The sheen of this highlight almost gives this blush like a cool kind of quality, where the color of it is quite neutral, but the sheen really gives it, yeah, like a little bit of an iciness, which is so pretty. And this formula is incredible. It really is kind of like a cream to powder kind of formula. All right, there is the blush applied. Ooh, this is really gorgeous, really gorgeous. And with all of that sheen in there, I don't think I need a highlight. Wow, Chantecaille does it again. Their Flower Power Cheek Shade, absolutely stunning. All right, I'm gonna throw on some Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel. I'm back to the Fiber Brow Gel. I was cheating on it for a while. I had so many amazing eyebrow products that I still love, but I had to go back to the Tom Ford. It just makes my eyebrows look so much more full quickly, like just effortlessly. Okay, now for the Kogendo Mineral Eyeshadow Palette. So excited for this. So there's 8 shadows in this palette. It's basically comprised of 4 duos. So here is the compact. It's got a nice gold button here. And then here are the shades on the inside. So I'm gonna do some swatches. I'm basically gonna go from top to bottom and then from left to right. So they did send me like a little info sheet on this eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna use the names off of here, but there are no actual names on the palette. Yeah, no actual names on the palette. All right, so the first one is Fresh and Bright, light pink base layered with deeper pink accents. Next we have Vibrant and Youthful, soft coral base deepened with darker coral shadings. Next is number 3, Soft Glam, light brown base with darker brown for depth and definition. And the number 4 is Soft and Natural, easy to use base tones of neutral beige to layer and shade softly. So just quickly, some benefits and features. Gloss film powder technology improves eyeshadow adherence and wear while smoothing the lid of texture. Formulated without artificial fragrance, synthetic dyes, petroleum-based mineral oil, paraben, and alcohol. It's cruelty-free, safe for even the most sensitive skins. Okay, so I really want to pick a duo and see if I can, in fact, kind of create a look that I'm happy with. And I'm just really drawn to this third one in. It has the deeper brown, the deepest brown actually, in the palette. And then this beautiful taupe shade, which you guys knew I was probably gonna use. And start with my Chikuhodo Z5 eyeshadow brush. This is a very large kind of flat shader brush. And I'm gonna start by going into that taupe shade. Very easy to pick up. Ooh, super smooth application. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful sheen, very soft effect, as you would expect from a company like Kogendo. So yeah, I'm just putting that all over. And this particular shade, once I get this on the eyes, it's a little bit more interesting, I think, on the eyes than it looks in the pan. You know, all the shades in here look like kind of like a basic satin kind of shadow. They all basically have the same kind of finish to them. Like this darker shade has like a few more micro glitters in there. But once I get this actually on the eyelid, there's something really beautiful about them. And even the color, it looks like there's a little bit more going on. Like I see the taupe that you see in the pan, but then I feel like I see almost like a peach in there too, like a peachiness. And then I feel like the satin finish is almost kind of sparkly, but I don't really spy any like overt kind of glitters. It just seems like the light is kind of like bouncing off of it differently than just a straight up satin shadow. Ooh, it's really pretty. All right, I've got my Esom W36 brush. I have not used this brush in a while because it's been dirty, but I finally cleaned it. I've got my Esom W36 brush and I love using this brush because, well, one, it has such a unique shape to it, but it's so great for like outer corners. So that's what I'm going to do with the dark brown shade up here. And I'm going to place this at the angle that I want and then flick it inward. And despite these shadows having kind of this like soft effect, very effective. And the micro glitters that I see in the pan and that I could see in the swatch, I don't really see on my eye. I wonder if they kind of brush away. Wow. So easy to use. All right, so there is my 2 eyeshadow look using the Kogendo Mineral Eyeshadow Palette. Wow, I love it. This lighter color is really, really growing on me. I think we are well on our way to another very successful trying new makeup video. I'm really liking everything that I have on so far. Let me go ahead and curl my eyelashes, put on some mascara because I don't have any new mascara, and I'll be back to do all those lip swatches for you. Okay, wow, where do I start? I think I'll start with the Chantecaille Lip Chic in Capucine. You guys have to see this packaging. It's a brushed orange. Isn't that so beautiful? So here's the Lip Chic. Look at that orange. Wow. Oof. Let me get some on my lips. There it is. Wow. You guys know how much I love these orangey tones for lips in the spring, summertime. Oh, it's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Obviously, I have it on with a full face of makeup, but I feel like this is the color to go for if you don't feel like putting on a lot of makeup. Just throw this on and you're like good to, everyone's just gonna be looking at your lips. Oh, so good. Let me take this off and we'll play with the Hourglass and the Kjaer Weis. Okay, so for Hourglass, there are these 6 shades available and I really like them all, but I want to just open up the ones that I know I will use and then put the others in a future giveaway. So I think I'm going to open up Hint, which is the lightest shade, and then this shade, Indulge, which is a neutral rose. All right, so let's start with Hint. So here is Hint. Actually does not look as light as it does on the card, so I'm excited because I thought this could be too light for me, but this actually looks quite beautiful. All right, so we've got like a surfboard shaped doe foot applicator. So there is Hint, which is described as a beige honey. These have a little bit of a taste to them, but I can't figure out what it is. It's not like a sweet kind of or fruity or anything. It's so hard because I brush my teeth right before I film and I have such a strong like mintiness going on in my mouth. It's really hard. It just like warps everything, but there's something there. Anyway, what I was gonna say was these remind me of one of my favorite, like all-time favorite lip products, which is from Armani. It's those Lip Maestros, those velvety mousse, like kind of like liquid lipsticks. They're not totally transfer proof. These remind me of that so much because they're really, really comfortable and they are transfer resistant and they do have this matte look to them, but they don't feel matte at all. So Indulge actually looks a little bit deeper than I thought. So I'm gonna put this back in the box. I have not opened it. And I'm gonna go for Touch, which is described as a neutral pink. It looks a little bit lighter on this card. So let's take a look at Touch. Yeah, I think Touch is more my speed. So here is Touch, again described as a neutral pink. And let me just hold it up next to Hint because they are quite close, but different enough. So Hint is on top and Touch is on the bottom. All right, so let me go ahead and apply Touch. All right, so there is Touch. Nice. This is a shade I'm very comfortable with, like a very everyday kind of pink. And I'm so happy with these shades because the Armani Lip Maestros, I have a lot of the neutral ones, but they lean a little bit like warmer than these. So these are a nice complement to those. Yeah, if you guys are a fan of those Lip Maestros like I am, you're gonna like these a lot. Let me go ahead and take this off and then we'll move on to the new Kjaer Weis Matte Naturally liquid lipstick. All right, so I have 3 shades here. This one is Lavish. This one is KW Red, which is the Kjaer Weis iconic red. And then I also have Visionary. And so why don't I go ahead and start with the KW Red. And the reason why these look funny is because Most of, if not all of, Kjaer Weiss's products are refillable. So you can pop the top off and then just kind of replace it. And then you don't have to throw this heavy silver, like gorgeous top off. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the KW Red. And again, these are matte, like liquid lipsticks. So there is KW Red, not my best lipstick application, but there it is. A really beautiful primary red. It's gorgeous. It has like just a little bit of blue in there, makes it a little bit more cool toned. Oh, but this is beautiful, like such a beautiful evening look. All right, next we're gonna try Visionary, and this looks like a beautiful mauvey tone. Ooh, I love this color. This is great. I haven't even talked about the formula, have I? These are a little bit thinner than the Hourglass. The Hourglass definitely has some like substance to it. These are definitely much more like, kind of like lightweight, almost kind of airy and really weightless on the lips. I don't even feel like I have anything on my lips, and they feel very, very moisturizing. Wow, companies are really doing a great job with like matte type of lip products, because I'm not a matte lipstick person. I have dry skin. I just want to look dewy and glossy and like have a beautiful sheen all the time. But this is definitely a matte formula I can get down with. Really beautiful. It's almost like a demi matte. Lavish is beautiful, almost like a muted kind of brick red. All right, here is Lavish, another kind of crappy lipstick application. Oh, but this color is great too. This kind of is like a reddish brown color, which I love. Perfect for the fall. I would wear it any time of the year, but this is such a great fall color. Love it. And this formula is really wonderful. Kind of hesitate in calling it a liquid lipstick because it's more of like a liquefied lipstick versus like your typical what we think of when we say liquid lipstick. All right, another very successful trying new makeup. I feel like I've had a lot of trying new makeup videos, maybe the past 2 or 3 that I've done that have been like amazing. Like I've really liked all of the products, and that's kind of unheard of. As we all know, I try a lot of makeup and I expect to come across a few duds here and there, but none today. Everything was fantastic. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Of course, I'll leave links to everything that I tried today down below in the description box. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.